All right, folks, buckle up. We're diving into a story that's got me seriously concerned. Google, yes, that Google, the company that famously pledged, "Don't be evil," has made a U-turn so sharp it could cause whiplash. Remember their stance against using AI for military purposes? Well, that's looking a lot less solid now. Is Google putting profits and power ahead of principles? Are we sleepwalking into an AI-powered arms race? That's what we're unpacking today, and trust me, it's not pretty. Okay, so what exactly happened? The long and short of it is that Google, after years of distancing itself from direct military applications of AI following the Project Maven controversy, is seemingly easing back in. We're seeing reports, whispers, and frankly, a growing sense of unease that Google is once again willing to partner with the military on AI projects. This isn't just about improving search algorithms. We're talking about AI that could potentially be used in weapon systems, surveillance, and battlefield decision-making. The key question is, what's changed? And more importantly, what are the potential consequences? Let's start with the big one, ethics. I mean, come on, this is about life and death. The idea of autonomous weapon systems, AI making decisions about who lives and who dies without human intervention, is terrifying. Are we really comfortable handing over that kind of power to a machine? Think about it. An AI might misinterpret data, make a biased decision based on flawed algorithms, or simply malfunction. The margin for error is zero, and the potential for catastrophic mistakes is huge. And who's accountable when things go wrong? The programmer? The military commander? The AI itself? This is a Pandora's box we might not be able to close. And it gets worse. AI algorithms are trained on data, and if that data reflects existing biases, the AI will inherit those biases. Imagine a military AI trained on data that overrepresents certain ethnic groups as threats. That AI could then unfairly target those groups, leading to devastating consequences. This isn't just a theoretical concern. We've seen AI bias in facial recognition software, in loan applications, and in countless other areas. To think it wouldn't creep into military applications is naive, at best, and reckless, at worst. Now, let's talk about the business side of things. Google's reputation is built on trust, on innovation, and on a perceived commitment to doing good in the world. Engaging in military AI directly undermines that image. Think about the potential backlash, boycotts, employee walkouts, a loss of customer trust. Are the potential profits worth the cost of alienating millions of users who believe in Google's original mission? I seriously doubt it. And let's not forget the risk of increased regulatory scrutiny. Governments around the world are already grappling with the ethical implications of AI. A renewed push into military AI is almost guaranteed to attract unwanted attention and potentially crippling regulations. Okay, so we've covered the ethical and business risks, but what about the technical nightmares? Military AI systems are incredibly complex, and that complexity creates vulnerabilities. Imagine a hacker gaining control of an autonomous drone or manipulating the data used to train a targeting algorithm. The consequences could be devastating. And even without malicious actors, AI systems are prone to errors and unintended consequences. We've seen self-driving cars make mistakes that lead to accidents. Now imagine that same level of fallibility applied to a weapon system. It's a recipe for disaster. Think about those annoying "Are you a robot?" tests we all have to deal with online. Even those relatively simple AI systems can get it wrong, blocking legitimate users and creating frustration. Now scale that up to a military AI system making life or death decisions. The potential for false positives, for misidentification, is terrifying. This seemingly innocuous example highlights the inherent limitations and risks of even the most advanced AI. This whole Google situation reminds me of something else that's deeply troubling: the UK's stricter immigration policies and their impact on victims of modern slavery. On the surface, it seems unrelated. But hear me out. The UK, in an effort to control immigration, is making it harder for victims of trafficking to prove their exploitation. This means fewer victims are getting the support they need, leaving them vulnerable to further abuse. Just like Google's U-turn on military AI, the UK's policy is a case of prioritizing one goal, immigration control, at the expense of ethical considerations and human rights. Both situations highlight the dangers of tunnel vision and the importance of considering the broader consequences of our actions. Think about the human cost of these policies. Victims of modern slavery are already traumatized and vulnerable. By denying them support, we're effectively re-traumatizing them and putting them at even greater risk. And it's not just about individual suffering. These policies also undermine efforts to combat trafficking, making it harder to identify and prosecute perpetrators. It's a lose-lose situation. We need to remember that behind every statistic, behind every policy, there are real people whose lives are being affected. So, why is Google doing this? The most likely explanation is competition. The AI arms race is heating up, and Google doesn't want to be left behind. They see other companies, including some of their biggest rivals, developing AI for military applications, and they feel pressured to keep pace. But is that a good enough reason to compromise on ethical principles? I don't think so. Leadership means setting an example, not just following the crowd. Interestingly, Google also owns DeepMind, a company that has consistently emphasized AI safety and ethical development. DeepMind has taken a more cautious approach to AI, focusing on creating systems that are aligned with human values and that are less likely to cause harm. So, we have Google seemingly embracing military AI while simultaneously funding a company that is actively working to prevent its misuse. It's a confusing and frankly, troubling contradiction. Okay, so what can we do about all of this? We can't just sit back and watch as Google marches towards a dystopian future of AI-powered warfare. We need to hold them accountable. We need to demand transparency. We need to make our voices heard. Contact your elected officials, sign petitions, and spread awareness on social media. Let Google know that we won't stand for the weaponization of AI. It's time to remind them that "Don't be evil" isn't just a slogan. It's a promise. The future of AI is not predetermined. It's up to us to shape it. We can choose to develop AI that is used for good, to solve problems, and to improve lives. Or we can choose to develop AI that is used for destruction, to control populations, and to wage war. The choice is ours. Let's make sure we choose wisely. This isn't just about Google. It's about the future of humanity. Thanks for watching, and please, share this video with anyone who cares about the future of AI. We need to start a conversation, and we need to start it now.